everybody this afternoon. Just a couple of little quick house things before we introduce ourselves. Please turn off all of your cell phones right now. We can't have any cell phones going off, and there's no texting or photography allowed during the performance, okay? The other thing is the performance runs about an hour. If you have time, please join us for a talk back with the cast. We're going to have like a short, maybe 10-15 minute talk back. It might be interesting to hear about their process. My name is Julie Lewis. I teach theater here at CCBC Essex. And this year we're celebrating the year of the performing arts. So we have alumni coming in, CCBC alumni, to work with us. And for this class, we have been lucky enough to have Obie award-winning playwright, actor, director, David Drake with us. And David came in to team teach the class with me, and this is what you're about to see are some of the things we've been working on. This essentially was a page-to-stage class, which means the class writes, rehearses, and then performs the piece. It really still is a work in progress, so you're seeing different things ideas that we're playing with. A lot of the material they took from people they knew, from real life. So some of the stuff you hear, basically our overall umbrella is things that happened in 2011. So people in our class, I asked them, do you have some characters in your life? People who would make good stage. The class coming in, please come down. Those first 2 rows are closed off, so come move on down further. You don't have to all sit together. Just fill in the seats. Also, the class just coming in, could you also please turn off your cell phones? Thanks. So they basically took interviews and asked people about things that happened to them in 2011. And so some of the stuff you hear is directly from the mouths of these people, so you're going to hear some and like and some disfluencies. And then some of it was based on these, and some of the people in class fictionalized them. So they took some of the source material. So you're going to hear a combination of direct documentary style dialogue and monologues, and you're going to hear some stuff that was based on those and fictionalized. And for some of the actors, this is their first time performing in front of an audience. So be loving. And for a lot of the people in the class, this is the first time having their writing heard in front of an audience. So again, be loving. And I will turn it over to David to talk a little bit about it.
Thanks, Julie. This has been a great experience for me. I'm really grateful to the school for Scott Black and the department for asking me to come down and work with the students since I came here 25, 30 years ago. I don't know, it's been a long time. I had a lot of hair when I was here. So it's been a great experience working with the students. As a lot of you probably don't know, but I create a lot of my own material as a solo performer, and so I create a lot of monologues, and I've worked in a lot of different mediums, different disciplines, in terms of what Julie's talking about, using documentary type things where you interview people and then cobble together, edit together a monologue or a scene based on real dialogue. I did work with that at Harvard University with Anna DeVere Smith. If you know her work, you may know her from Nurse Jackie. But she's also a genius solo performer, and she teaches the theater department at Stanford University. But on the other side of that, we've also created original material for this. And in some of this year in review stuff that you're going to see, we took a sort of like 2011 year in review concept. We also, to give the students an opportunity to write scenes for each other and have interacting stuff. So we have some scenes from highlights from the year in 2011, Baltimore, Maryland. And so those are kind of more like Saturday Night Live type things. They're more fun type stuff. And then the others, as we were saying, is sort of direct character. So what we were doing is, and what I learned also from doing the direct documentation, the reporting, the interview process, is that you can learn a lot about a character from the way they speak, from where they have broken language, where they're trying to say something and they're not getting quite there, or they finally do get there. It's a really interesting process of acting. We can learn from that in terms of character work, and then just performative work on the other stuff by learning about action and pacing and energy and teamwork. You're going to see quite a bit of teamwork. In fact, why don't we bring our team down now? Come on down, cast. This is the class you're about to see. Give them a round. You might know them. settle down. And without further ado, I guess we shall give you the show.
Thank you. Enjoy the show.
Thank you. Enjoy it.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. New Year resolutions. Make New Year resolutions? Why wait for tomorrow when we can start today? Of course everybody does. That's because we're brainwashed to think that it's a new year. In fact, it's not even New Year. New Year's Eve is the beginning of the fiscal year. The new year doesn't start till March 21st, beginning of spring. Duh. So the month changes from December to January. The months start over and Christmas begins. That's it. But the months aren't even correct because there used to be an 18-moon cycle. It's all what do y'all want to call it? I don't know. A ploy, a hoax to make you think you're a non-solidified box, so that you're trapped in this tiny little space, even though you don't know you are. That's why when people say, "What are your New Year's resolutions?" I say progress. Progress. Every year, every day is going to be the same thing. Every year is going to be the same thing. Because it is. And it isn't.
Last year, I gave up soft drinks, which I pretty much have kept as resolution. I think I've had maybe 15 in the whole year. And most of them were in these last few weeks. Yeah, these last 2 weeks. So, getting ready to give them up again for another year. And the internet, less. Definitely less internet. Because most of the times I'll be on there and I'm just, not doing anything. I have Facebook open, I have YouTube open, I have Twitter open, and I just go through it over and over and over. Sometimes even I'll be on Facebook and I'll open up another tab on my browser and just go back to Facebook again. Like, uncontrollably. It's just, I can't stop going to Facebook. So I'm going to try to not be on Facebook all the time. And Twitter. I mean, because I'll just be on there and I'll just refresh it and refresh it and refresh it and refresh it and refresh it. And maybe I'll try and do that a little less too.
This whole year has been a nightmare, with getting separated from my asshole of an ex and all. My New Year's resolution? To learn how to go out on a date at the age of 46.
I got a list. Get a job, get a home, and to get myself together.
Quit smoking. Quit smoking. Quit smoking. Quit smoking. Quit smoking! Did I quit? No. Actually, I did. For about a year. This is true. Can't believe I went back. And I know, it's dirty, it stinks, it's expensive, nobody likes it anymore, nobody wants to kiss you anymore, let alone date you anymore. You can't do it anywhere anymore. It's this big fucking pain in the ass to figure out how and where to even have a cigarette. And then all those slick guys on Mad Men make it look like, oh, man, you get all the babes, man, those were the days, man. But, after my sister died, I just went back to it. God rest her soul. But this year, I'm gonna kick it.
We was kicking it 3 years ago on New Year's Eve. We was on the block round the way, around where I live at, Park Heights and Rogers. It was on John Quill Avenue, popping rosé, big bottles of rosé. You feel me? Pop, you feel me? Pop, then you feel me? Couple gunshots, a couple people got busting some gunshots, but it's all celebration, all that fun. Ain't nobody get hurt or nothing like that, But then after that, I had sex with I think I had sex with. I was drunk as shit that night. First it was, I think I had threesome with 2 girls. You feel me? This was my first threesome. This is my first threesome ever. But in 2012, son, I'm gonna be going for 4.
Snooky, Snooky, Snooky. They want to put Snooky inside a glass ball and drop her over Times Square? Really? The ball drop is supposed to represent hope and anticipation for the new year. And they want to do it with a drunken slut? Well, I guess it is the perfect analogy for how we emulate those stupid Jersey Shore types. We'd rather watch them or be like them than do anything else. Whatever happened to spending our time doing things that actually have substance? We as a country need to get back to our roots. Back to family. Damn. Back to God. That's a note for myself, too. Back to God.
That I'll never, ever see her again. In real life. That's my challenge right now. But hopefully I will in death. But it makes you feel like that you're the only one in the world who has lost their mother or a parent. I lost my dad too, but losing a mom, it's even harder. And you just feel like it's not real. You feel like it's all a bad dream. And I don't feel normal. It's like I try to be happy, but nothing. I try to forget, but you can't forget. I feel like I lost my best friend. Not only my mom, but like my best friend. And when they say when your mother dies, a piece of you dies, it's really true. You feel like a part of your heart is just gone. And when you see people, like older people with their parents, and you get really mad, and you feel like, why did he take my mom? You know, it's easier when you have one parent, but when you have none, it's really hard. Just don't take anything for granted. Don't. Because one day, somebody's right there, and the next day they're just gone. And it can happen, just like that.
This year, I want to get on the 6th grade honor roll and make my mom proud.
I need to figure out how to pay off my student loans.
I'm going to delete all of my Bright Eyes album, starting with whatever their greatest hit is.
My New Year's resolution? To get a car. With the car, I could go to work, go to practice, and get biddies. Pick them up like vroom vroom, get it like You can't do that when you're on the bus. How am I gonna look? Hey girl, come ride the bus back with me to my house. Ew. So, yeah, a car. Because this year, I'm going places. And I'm doing the driving.
Earthquake! For a split second, I thought there was a monster under my bed.
Earthquake!
First a hurricane, now an earthquake?
Is the world really coming to an
Or
end?
is Jesus coming down?
Combo breaker!
2012 must be in the near future.
Is the world really coming to an end? I came in the house and nothing was disturbed except my vase I had gotten from Marshall's. It was on the floor. It was knocked over. It wasn't broken, so that was a plus. But we rode past the church where the whole side of the wall was coming down.
Do you know how bad coffee is for your teeth? Pretty bad, apparently. Good thing Starbucks has a dental plan. So, I was sitting in my dentist's office. I was going to get a cavity filled, and I was absolutely terrified. I had never had a cavity in my entire life, so I really had no idea what to expect. So there I am, sitting in the chair, and the dentist comes in, and he's all smiles, like he's so happy he's going to be drilling a hole in my teeth and poking at my gums with a tiny little reaper scythe. Anyway, he pulls on his gloves and tells me to open wide, and then he starts coming at me with his big-ass needle. So I'm like, whoa there, what the hell's that for? I didn't sign up for this. And he tells me to relax, that it's just to numb my mouth so I won't feel the drill. Okay. So I close my eyes and I let him do his thing, and before I know it, the left side of my face weighs 800 pounds and I can't feel a thing. So he asks me if I'm ready, and he revs up his drill and starts picking away. So I'm not feeling anything. But then all of a sudden the chair starts shaking, which leads me to jerking up, like, what the hell's going on, while the drill is still in my mouth, mind you. Or suddenly the dentist is drilling another hole in my tongue. Well, I guess you can say the earthquake finally gave me the courage to get that tongue piercing I always wanted. Though I don't think I'll be going to the dentist again anytime soon.
Okay, so I was leaving out for practice, right? And all of a sudden I feel this shake like, ruh, 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 ruh. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Because there was these maintenance people working on glasses outside of my house. So I look outside the window and everything was shaking. And I was like, whoa, hold up. I was like, wait a minute, let me stop. And I didn't hear anything. So I was like, yes, the TVs didn't fall. I'm going out the house. So that's when my mom called me and was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. All the TVs, my TVs, they're fine. We don't have to replace anything, we're good. So I walked to John Hopkins, and everyone's outside. It was a mess. I almost missed the bus because there were so many people on the sidewalk. I was bombing and weaving through traffic. It was horrible. Then you had these people on their bikes and skateboards. Like, who has enough sense to grab a skateboard during an earthquake? White people. Then you had people trying to deliver specimens, and it's Domino's, car, truck, whatever you want to call it, trying to deliver pizzas. It was an earthquake. Then the bus, hot damn mess. You had this little chubby girl sneaking and eating McDonald's in front of me, when clearly you're not supposed to eat on the bus. But I guess the earthquake shook her up and gave her a hunger attack. She just had to eat. It was pathetic. I wish I was on a bus during the earthquake so I could feel like I was on a roller coaster, like rumble, rumble.
I was in divorce court when it happened. The whole glass building began to shake. My lovely husband was clutching at his new fiancée like the world was ending or something. And I thought, this must be my dead father's way of telling me he agrees with the divorce. By sending an earthquake to Baltimore County. Then my lawyer came out and said the hearing was delayed until February.
I was outside smoking. At work. At first I thought somebody dropped an I-beam. And that fucking guy John was standing next to me, completely oblivious to what was going on. I spoke with him right after, and he told me that he was scared off his ass and afraid for his life. What a wuss.
Okay, so I was downstairs washing clothes, and I shut the washer. The whole house just started shaking. And then I was like, okay, so I ran upstairs, went outside, and everybody was outside. It was a combination of people yelling, Tuesday, Morgan, drive hard! So I immediately learned that cell phone use was disabled. That is great to know that they act like that during a natural disaster. So I tried calling my mother, didn't work. I tried calling Seth, didn't work. So the whole time I'm like, what the hell?
I slept through a dude. I didn't even know about it until I got up and went on Facebook and saw everybody just freaking out about it. And I thought, should I post that I was asleep? Yeah, but I didn't.
Man, next time I need a warning. Sitting on the toilet is not a good idea during an earthquake. It will scare the shit out of me. Literally.
Afterwards, I thought, next Sunday, I'm going to sit outside the church and see all the new faces coming in.
I mean, nothing really devastating happened, so I don't know why people made such a big deal out of it. I mean, yeah, an earthquake here in Baltimore is pretty rare, I guess. But people are just so ridiculous.
I was in the Smithsonian. Was walking from the crucifixion exhibit to the Native American animism room when all of a sudden the woman next to me clutched her chest. Wow, she was really moved by El Greco. But, oh, wait, the earth is shaking. She's praying. And an old man was screaming. It was pandemonium! Yeah,
believe is the coming of the rapture, the end of the world. With several billboards posted along highways, some residents of the city who believe has started out spreading the word by pamphlets and t-shirts. With several opinions on what may occur, we decided to set across town to see what they really had to say about this event.
This is so exciting. I've been out all day letting everyone know what's to come. God is on his way to set things straight.
I am prepared for what is to come. It's time for an end, and to start a new beginning.
Okay. This is hogwash. How many times will somebody predict this, and how many times will we fall for it?
We had Y2K, nothing happened. Tomorrow's going to be another day like any other.
These people need to stop. America hates you. You're scaring the children.
As you can see, some believe in the rapture and some don't. For those who believe, the date is set for tomorrow at 6 p.m. And now we cut to Harbor Place, where one man has given up everything he believed to spread the word and what he believed is the coming of apocalypse.
It is time. 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God!
I guess we just go home.
Say hello to John, a fairly average human being who leads a fairly average life with his fairly average girlfriend, Jane. Cool, calm, and collected. Has a good head on his shoulders, that one does, is how John's friends and colleagues most often describe him. However, he does have a small quirk, which this year threatened to turn John's life into chaos. John always tries to live his life by his daily horoscope. Or does he?
Good morning.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What is it?
There's a 13th sign in the zodiac. Yeah. They've just discovered it. It's called, Fire Kisser or something like that.
A fakakta form of science would be a more appropriate definition.
The birth dates have been rearranged. Everyone's having some sort of astrological identity crisis. It's unnerving, to be honest.
Come on, let's go get dressed and go get breakfast someplace nice. It's our anniversary, 4 years today.
Yeah, just think about this for a minute, okay? You know, maybe there's something to this. All our lives, we seem to rely on other people, on external events, on the stars to define who we are, maybe because we have no idea what we are.
Okay, I don't know what's happening to you right now, but you need to breathe. You're psyching yourself out over some planetary predictions. Come on, let's go get dressed.
You would say I'm a fairly likable guy, wouldn't you? Empathetic, charming, sociable, aesthetic, balanced, a tad narcissistic, obsessive, possessive, manipulative, hedonistic, extremist. All my life I've been a Libra. A Libra. Balanced, or so I thought. And then today I found out I was Scorpio. Scorpios, they're dangerous.
John, you're scaring me, okay?
That's another thing. You're no longer the same person either. How can you and I be together if we don't fit right together anymore? How do I know what you are anymore? How do you know what I am anymore?
Where is this even coming from? This is absurd, John. We've shared our lives together for 4 years and now you want to run away because our astrological signs have changed?
But Janie! What about the bigger picture here? I don't know who I am anymore. Everything you think you know, it's an illusion. Everything is an illusion. That absurd list made me seem like a person, and they just took it away? You can't just take someone's sensibility away. Who am I now? Do you know? Do you know?
John, it doesn't affect us. It's meant for people born after 2009.
2009? Oh, and that means I'm still the same person.
No, John, you're not.
We think we all can change, but don't we all just stay the same?
Mic check! Mic check! The people united will never be divided.
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 Hello to you all. Carl here once again to remind you of what you need to be doing with your life. Okay? Constant reminder from me, and action is what you need to have a successful life. I am telling you all of which I have learned while being under strict dictatorship like circumstances.
Carl, honey, time for din-din.
I'm coming, Mom. I'm coming.
What you doing up there, honey?
I'm broadcasting to the world, Mom. Broadcasting to the world. Okay. First of all, if you live with anybody with the qualities of a controlling, self-absorbed, selfish, barbarian-like, bad-mannered, ignorant, insolent, illiterate, bitchy-like behavior, evacuate the premises immediately. You don't need that shit. I live with that every day, and it's pissing me off.
The people united will never be divided.
The people united will never be divided.
If I'm supposed to be responsible to work hard and my debts, why can't banks and big businesses do the same?
I've never admitted this before, but last year I had to pull one of my own wisdom teeth with a pair of pliers and some over-the-counter Ambisol. Why? Because I couldn't afford a dental visit. Think about that. Took me days to build the confidence.
Last year I couldn't afford to keep my house and my pet goldfish froze to death. He was the 99%.
I am 11 years old, and I always thought I wanted to grow up so fast. I always wanted a big house and a lot of money and a job training elephants in India. My mom's always telling me to enjoy your life as a kid and you have it good. And then she showed me the Occupy Wall Street movement. The movement showed me that nothing in life is free and nothing is always fair. Looking at my dreams now, they're not realistic. And I'm lucky just to have a roof over my head and a family and food. I just realized that I am the 99%.
Hey, what's up, bro? I didn't know you was down here.
Oh, hey, Kai. You came to see the Occupy Baltimore thing up close, or... Wait, what are you doing down here?
Shit, cuz, I forgot all about this shit, man. I was just peeping out this one honey I saw a few streets back while I was parking the car there, you feel me?
That sounds like you, Kai. Sounds like you.
Yeah, bro, well, I gotta keep up my hoe count, you know. I ain't seen you since U of M, son. What you doing down there?
Well, to be real with you, I got educated. I realized that I'm part of the 99%. That I'm part of a people being. I mean, our money, our financial system, and our political system are all working together in some type of a cohesion, not for the benefit of all people.
That sounds mad confusing, Chino.
Well, see, what it is, see, my student loans are outrageous. It came to the point where I had to choose between health insurance and paying off my student loans. So I decided health insurance. And then they started garnishing my wages for my loans.
Shit, Chino, that's unfair as fuck, man. Is that what all these peeps doing around here? A bunch of college kids can't pay their loans and such?
It's more complicated than that, Kai. You ought to know me better than that.
All right. So what are all these people doing camping out here, huh? Instead of out getting busy, you know? I mean, seriously. There'd have to be some mad honeys around here for me to be hanging out as long as y'all.
Well, see, social inequality is the main focus, which is everyone. Everyone should play their part, should do their part to maintain the balance of equality. I mean, I don't say like, oh, you're rich, you should give away all your money and be poor. That's not what we're saying. We're saying everyone, because just because you're rich doesn't mean that you're better than anyone that is poor. So the main focus is definitely solidarity.
All right, kid, I got you. How about I hang here for a minute with you? You know, for the honey. Like that honey right there.
Oh, you don't want to mess with that. She works for Starbucks, for a corporation.
Actually, I'm taking my coffee break away from Starbucks to visit a local coffee shop. Taking coffee from where I work is too mainstream, and I prefer to break the norm. Plus, I'm opposing corporate America by occupying another coffee shop that isn't some chain establishment.
So, getting coffee in another coffee shop is breaking the norm. You sound like one of those, what do they call it, hipsters.
I resent the term hipster. I prefer uptight, trendy bitch.
Oh, you were serious.
Being a hipster entitles playing guitar in some shitty basement band and growing an ironic mustache. The current genre of hipster is college kids blogging about how much their life sucks because they couldn't download the new Bright Eyes album before anyone else, so they can't like it anymore and nobody understands them.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
They go to
offend
art
you.
school and they wear scarves in the summertime. They're incapable of critical thinking. They smoke expensive cigarettes while they shoot PBR. Sorry, drink PBR, and then they shoot heroin, and then they complain about not having any money. A true hipster derives from the 1950s beatnik. They played the bongos or the saxophone, something with integrity. They were solely concerned with artistic expression. They went through poetry readings instead of posting it on Tumblr. The only thing that uptight, trendy bitches and hipster town in common now is an expression of aloof indifference and clove cigarettes.
That was very informative. I, better get going.
Fine. I'm just gonna go bitch about this on the internet.
I turn on the TV and I ask questions. Why do I watch Jersey Shore starlets spend thousands on alcohol and luxuries when I can't afford to eat? Why do I read about what celebrities wore to the Grammys when I can't afford to clothe myself? Why do I allow myself to be hypnotized by an entertainment industry that flaunts its wealth to a population that it doesn't represent? I am the 99%, and I condone the behavior of the 1%. I'm sorry.
Don't even get me started on that. These people are so fucking stupid. If people want more money, then they should work for it. Not protest and riot in the streets like a bunch of fucking animals. Business corporations are not responsible for the economic downsizing in this country. It's the cost of gasoline. Ever since the cost of gas went up, the cost of everything else went up. And Obama isn't helping. Bush was bad enough, and now we have this horse fucker? Let me tell you this, nothing has changed. Elections are always a race between a douche and a turd. People need to be a part of creating a solution, not creating another problem. And on top of all that, people should be happy for what they have. I mean, money isn't everything. Being born with a silver spoon up your ass is a bad thing. Why? Well, because sooner or later that spoon is going to have to come out. It's going to hurt.
I've been to the Million Man March in D.C., American Indian in 04, and I practically was born with a flower in my hair. So, me being here at Occupy Baltimore just makes sense, especially since I got laid off 3 years ago. Yeah, I was part of that 55,000 of people that Citigroup laid off. You know, one of those major financial institutions that took money from the government, but $98 million executive took pay cut. Not to mention, I took out a crappy mortgage loan just to find out the lending company was fraudulent. Go Goldman Sachs. They took my house. I lost my job. But what did they lose besides low rates on the stock market for a couple of days? They're closing down schools just to build homes that nobody can afford. We have more jails in Baltimore than we have programs to help the needy. I guess if you think about it, if I was homeless, I can always go do a crime and get 3 hots in a cot. At least somebody's getting paid. Why am I here at Occupy Baltimore? Well, why are you not? It is about time that we start making the people we put in place care more about us. Care more about us and less about corporations. I know, I'm a little militant. It's just that I've never been into getting fucked in the ass dry. And I'm really not into gay rape either. Matter of fact, give me a little foreplay to get me through tomorrow. Shoot, next week. Next week, I'm going to occupy Wall Street so I can be near the Goldman Sachs trial. But if not, I'm going to be the loudest occupier there.
Excuse me. Excuse me?
What?
Do you know where I can find an outlet for my netbook?
The crowd down here been out for days now.
Oh, well, that's annoying.
Yeah, it really is. I've been trying to get online to post an announcement for tonight's rally, but...
Rally? Are you in charge of it or something?
Yeah. Hey, you should come. We're talking about corporations not giving a crap on anybody with their shareholders. I was laid off a few years ago by Citigroup when they merged with Morgan Stanley. They was making money then, and they're making money now, and they still laying off people.
Oh, that sucks. Rallies aren't really my style, though.
Not your style. I don't think you understand. This affects all of us. This affects you. Corporations are stealing from us. They're taking our money, our taxes, our pension, everything.
All your base are belong to us.
Huh? What does that even mean? Do you even know what you're talking about? This is a revolution.
Will it be televised?
See, you're part of the problem. All you do is sit around here doing nothing while you let our country be taken over by out-of-control capitalism.
I sat in my chair and played Halo all day. Call of Duty sucks. That should be the real message.
See, I'm distracted. Do you even know why you're down here?
I've been following this whole Occupy thing on Facebook and stuff, and then on Tumblr I saw all these people complaining about how they can't pay back their student loans, so I thought that I...
How much do you owe?
I don't really know. $56,729.
You should come to tonight's rally.
I mean, I'm certainly not super rich, but I'm not exactly dirt poor and unemployed either.
Gee, thanks. Look, I know there's something you can't get that you should be able to get.
You know, it is kind of fucked up, actually, that console games cost $60 nowadays. I remember the good old days when they only cost $50. Even some PC games cost $60 now. It's ridiculous.
I think you're missing the point. Video games are...
No. These video game publishers are getting way out of control when you really think about it. Okay, do you have any idea what Activision did to Infinity Ward? Publishers withholding payment from developers? Even when they're charging $10 more now for their games?
That sounds more like it. People doing all the work and not getting credit for it. And money is a part of that.
Exactly. Okay, what does a publisher do besides make copies of games and market them? Why do they have so much control not only on where the profits from the games go, but also on how the games themselves are made?
You may be onto something. You really should come down to tonight's rally.
Actually, I'm going to go home and start blogging about it. I think I could be a lot more effective that way. But if you give me the information about the rally, I can certainly post about it for you.
I appreciate that. We do all we can.
So, it gets kind of weird here in the morning. Like, you wake up and you go down to the street corner with your sign and you hold it up. And you see all these other people in suits, just like rushing to work. And a lot of them act like they don't even see us. And so they just keep going to work. And so, it's kind of like the Matrix. A lot of people can't come down here because of their jobs and stuff. Like, they have these jobs that just make them work all the daggone time. So they can't even come to fight for their basic rights, you know? Like, I know a lot of people that just go to work, go home, party, go to work, go home, party, like in a circle. And me being unemployed, I watch this and I'm like, this is weird. Because they'll be like, okay, it's Friday. We got a party now. Because Fridays and Saturdays are our day to party. But every day is normal to me. Friday is just a normal day, and Saturday is just a normal day, and Sunday is just a normal day. But it's not like that for them. Yeah, it's kind of like the Matrix.
We think we all can change, and we visualize ourselves as who we want to be, but how do we get there?
Okay, I'm going to need a drink for this. So, I had to call up my daughter and ask for dating advice. Yeah, my daughter. I had to break up with someone I wasn't even dating. And while she's good with getting rid of boys, I think she gets it for me. So, the thing is, I just wasn't attracted to him. You know? I mean, I'm not even divorced yet. I felt silly. I wasn't even good at this type of thing when I was in my 20s. Dating right now, it's just weird. I mean, I'm a mom. I have 2 kids. It's hard to get back in the swing of things. I mean, I don't like going to bars and stuff. I mean, my girlfriends do. They're into it, going to bars, picking up men, even when they do have husbands. So this guy, he's a friend I went to high school with. We've been kind of dating-ish, but nothing real. I mean, I'm still legally married. So I told him last night that I wasn't ready for a commitment. I mean, this is the first time in my whole life that I've ever been able to take care of myself. He said he was sad because I think he honestly liked me more. I mean, I want someone who's nice and funny, someone I'm attracted to, someone who's good with my kids, someone who understands who I am right now, my independence, because that is important to me.
So I posted about that rally on Facebook, and you know, I think I actually got them a fair amount of extra support. You know, it felt like something that I did actually made a difference. So, you know, maybe next year I'll actually go to one.
But death is a part of life, you know? You remember, you survive, you readjust. You just start over every day.
I still can't get that out of my mind. My sister Clarice was so young, such a beautiful woman. She had 2 kids before she died, Julie and Justin. Shit, when we were kids, I can remember making prank phone calls with her. One of our favorite calls was to the phone operator. Hello, operator? I need to make a long-distance call. How far away should I stand from the phone? In our high school years, we would get on the intercom at Walmart and make announcements such as, "Stores closing in 5 minutes," or 50% off all televisions. She was such a comedian when it came to stuff like that. She also enjoyed hunting and fishing as much as I did, which is kind of unusual for a girl, you know? But she did. Our Uncle Frank used to take us before he died of cancer. He was a smoker. I know. It's a bad habit I need to get out of. I need to be alive if I'm going to take my niece and nephew out hunting and fishing. I have such good memories of hunting and fishing with my uncle. Like catching my first 5-pound bass at age 8, or killing my first 8-point buck at age 17 with my uncle's old .44 Magnum revolver. Damn it, I'm going to do the same with my sister's kids. Lord knows her father won't do it. He's such a pussy, his nose bleeds once a month. Hell, I took him out once and he damn near puked when we were gutting a deer. And when I took him out fishing, he couldn't even put a goddamn worm on his hook, let alone touch a fish with his hands. Yeah, so for Clarice and for those 2 little kids, I'm going to be the uncle I need to be, the brother I need to be, the person I need to be.
I'm going to try to settle down for one special bee. I mean, a dozen in between wouldn't hurt, but that special someone.
All of my advice to you was specifically made to make you a better, more successful you.
I vow to not conform to the current genre of hipster and to stay true to my uptight, trendy bitch roots.
This year, I want to start volunteering. Try to help people who don't have a roof over their heads. Back to God. Not church. No, not church again. I'm not ready for that yet.
but I need to work on getting closer to God, to Him or her or whatever it is. Then maybe church. Maybe even my mother's church again. That would make her happy. But first me, my personal faith. That's my promise for the new year.
One thing for sure is that I need to glue down my valuables. So yeah, 2012, still probably be going for that foursome. Only now, I'm thinking maybe protest your chicks.
To become self-employed, so I can tell those corporations to kiss my ass.
Of all of our New Year's resolutions that we may have, we still got to keep one thing in mind, which I think is the most important information. We need to be ourselves. You're not trying to live your life with trying to fulfill other people's fantasies. You do whatever the hell you want to do with your own life, how you want to do it. And also remember that mind over matter. Those that mind won't matter, and those who matter won't mind. This is my final broadcast for the year of 2011. Peace, love, and happiness. Call out.